Pyro has a lot of asteroid bases, and within these asteroid bases you can find loot boxes. But how good are they really? Well, in this video I want to see how good they are in 4.4, so let's do a couple and see what we can find. But before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Beam Eye Tracker. Beam Eye Tracker turns your regular webcam into an head and eye tracker. This will allow you to track your targets in Star Citizen by tracking your head and eyes. You can look around your cockpit freely. They use AI to enhance the tracking. Usually the software is only $30, but they're running a Black Friday sale, so you can get it for about $22. They also have a beta version available currently for Beam Eye Tracker that no longer requires OpenTrack, so the setup just got a lot easier. So if you want to improve your Star Citizen experience, then make sure to check out Beam Eye Tracker. Buying from their website will support the channel. I really appreciate it. Links in the description. Now let's get back to the video. For my mission, I'm just going to take a headhunter mission here since I want to level up my rep as well. So I'm just going to take Need the Hitter. This should send us to an asteroid base. So a little bit of rep while also gaining access to an asteroid base here. You can go to the asteroid bases manually as well. Sometimes it's good to double up with missions. If you don't know, you can open up your Mobi and find loads of asteroid bases around Pyro. You just zoom out and all of these little icons is usually asteroid bases that you can visit. Right now I'm heading to my mission location. I'm at the asteroid base. It seems like there's a couple of enemy ships here as well, but I probably need to head inside. First, let me deal with the little ones. Just a little starter ship, nothing too crazy. So you should be able to handle this even if you're in a Titan. There's also a little cutter, so not very big as well.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
These asteroid bases usually have quite a bit of turrets, but you can find the entrance by looking for this pillar with the light on the end. Right at the bottom of it is the entrance, but you can see there's quite a bit of turrets, but there is a way to land just above it. Just above this pillar that I showed you with the light is usually these containers. I like to land here because the turrets can't usually shoot you, plus you're super close to the entrance. Usually there's a little hole just underneath everything where you can land your ship. Now that we're super close, let's go enter the base here and see if we can find those NPCs and a bunch of loot. You will still need to EVA though, but landing in this little spot here in the asteroid makes it a lot easier. So just look for these containers and you should be able to find the hole. Here you can find the door to the asteroid base. If we look back, you can see there's the light on the pillar. So it goes all the way here, and on the right hand side is the door. Let's head inside and deal with all of the NPCs. At the moment there is a bug where the NPCs shoot quite hard, well, very accurate. So we will need to be very cautious and see what we can do here. Usually there's a spawn closet right here. So it seems it's empty. Already see a couple of them. I'm just gonna run back. Remember they're very accurate at the moment, so I will need to take my time. Don't want to die here. Almost died there. I think we should be good. In the middle here is a loot room that we need to loot, but I'll do that in a minute. Let me just make sure everything is clear before I start looking for more boxes. I will take a look at the NPC's bodies as well. Maybe they have compensators on them, since the Scorch compensators has basically disappeared from regular bunkers in Stanton. So I do want to take a look at this. So this guy doesn't have much, mostly light armor I believe as well. So nothing too crazy here for us. You can maybe take the nade, but you can see very decent tattoos. Let me take a look at the other bodies. Also nothing really. You do get the Defiance armor that is yellow, but other than that, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to run over to the other side and make sure the NPCs are cleared here as well, since sometimes they can be here. Seems pretty decent. Now let's head up the vent here. You will need to be careful for these boxes. They can kill you. They have done so before. But I can just go up here. Then we need to make this jump somehow. There we go. Our first box will be in this area where we can take a look. Seems like there is mines as well. Just be careful. Here you can find a bunch of boxes. Let me see. This one has scopes in it. So an 8x and just a holographic. Just regular ones, nothing special. Let's move on to the other box. Here we can find a gun, a Warhawk rifle. So it's basically just a gallant special version, but no special attachments. Here we can head down and go take a look at the loot. You can find some shotguns in here as well, in the racks. But for the most part, you want to look here and see if you can find any with boxes. Usually these orange boxes will have armor. Here is the Scorched leg armor, a medium set, and we get an Inquisitor raid score. I'll put it in my backpack, but for the most part, not really looking for it. You can find the Scorched set in these asteroid bases so that you can completely loot it. But let's move on to the next box here. This box does have a Scorched flashlight, so probably a different color. I can't equip it to my gun here, but good to know that it spawns here. Let's head down the hole here. Here we can also find some other things. Let me just take care of the lasers. We should be able to find a box here as well. Seems looted though. Sometimes you can find nice guns there. But let's continue on. See if we can find another one on the other side. So nothing here at the moment. We might as well get out. So I'm just going to jump up here. Go down and climb my way out. There is a little ladder at the end here. Now that we managed to get out of the hole, let's clear the rest of the base. The main area that connects everything. On the left here should be a bar. Let's quickly clear this of NPCs. Not seeing anything at the moment, but you never know. Still being super cautious. There can spawn a box here as well. Seems like nothing at the moment in the bar area. So I'll probably just move on and see if I can find something else here. So let's go to the bathrooms. In the middle here is the restrooms. Sometimes they can also spawn boxes here. You can see here's one. We do get a flash hider, but not scorched, so not super good. Let's take a look at the bathroom. Nothing in here. Seems like here's one loot box as well by the toilet. We do get a Gamma Black Op holographic. You can loot that. Ooh, seems like they just spawned in lasers as well. Luckily, I didn't trigger them. But I'm just going to head back here. And then we can go towards this area where there should be a little bit more boxes. Let's take a look. Now we can dip down and see if we can find anything decent. Medical box. We don't really need medicine, but we can go up here where we can loot a little bit more. Usually there's nothing in this vent, so no need to look. Ooh, lots of NPCs. See if I can take care of them. Usually they come out of here. So that's where they came from. They almost had me. Luckily, I was pretty quick. Let me just heal and then we can loot. So in this box, we do find a prism shotgun, which is pretty decent. You don't have to go to an outpost to go loot that. I'll definitely take it. Now that we have looted that, let's go down here and see what we can find. Bunch more NPCs though, so let's quickly take care of them. There should be a loot room in here as well that we can explore. But first, I'm going to go at the back here. Just make sure it's clear. Sometimes NPCs can spawn there afterwards, so just keep it in mind. Just waiting here just a little bit. Okay, let's see what we can find. Nothing up here. Sometimes there's a dead NPC here with Defiance armor that you can loot, but at the moment I don't see anything. Some loot under the table here. Nothing too good, a little bit of fine melee, but I'm not gonna loot it. Don't really need the money for it. Let's go back and loot the loot room. Here sometimes you can spawn a box, but let's take a look in this one. Again, a far sight scope, don't really need it. Nothing in this box at the moment, unfortunately. So this mining outpost wasn't the best, but there's one more place where we can look, and it's just behind these counters. Seems pretty empty here as well. So we can go back and visit another base. Here we go, we're at our next location here. Let's see what we can find. I'm also going to show you how to land again, just so that you can see and keep memorizing it. In order to find a safe landing spot to get to the entrance, you can see there's the pillar again, but here is this orange containers. You just want to fly right to them. Usually the turrets can't get us here. We're just going to go very close. And then once here, you can fly in between them to get to an hole. So right here, usually here is the hole. And you usually want to park right here. And you should be safe from all turrets, plus being very close to the entrance. So this is what I like to do. Hopefully that helps you next time you visit an asteroid base. But let me head inside. While doing these locations, you can run into other players, but Pyro at the moment seems pretty empty. Nobody plays here anymore. It's because there's not a lot of content. But maybe they updated the loot pool just a little bit here. That's why we're looting everything today, just to see if anything good is available. I'm gonna clear out all the NPCs here again. Should be pretty dangerous, but I'm gonna take my time. There we go, we just got our contract. But we're mostly here for the loot. Holy, this guy just spawned on top of me. I think when you complete the contract, they spawn again. I'm just gonna try and heal through everything here while I try to recover. Okay, we made it. Let me just see if I can deal with everything again. So if you kill your contract, just expect more NPCs to spawn. Seems like new ones come to defend the base. I think we've got most of them. But we can quickly take a look at the armor here. Here you can find some yellow pants as well. I believe it is yellow. So maybe I can go with the yellow armor that we previously looted. The Sunrise Defiance armor, I believe. So you can definitely loot this if you want the yellow set. But other than that, I don't think they have crazy gear on them. Let's go see what's inside here in the main loot area. Since it's definitely the main loot room in these bases. Luckily, you already know how to loot these now. So I'm just going to quickly run through. Our first room has two boxes again. Let's take a look at this one. We get a pretty decent scope, a 3x. I'll keep that and some ammo. For the weapon crate, we get a Karna, which is a Christmas one, and a shotgun. Don't really need it. Let's head down. This time around, we found a purple box, which is usually a Scorch box. Let's see what we can find. So we get Scorch flashlights and a Scorch sniper rifle here. We get two of them, so we can keep one, a bunch of ammo. The flashlights I don't really care too much for, but you get this little one here. It's definitely nothing too special about them. They do the same amount of damage. Let's take a look. Any attachments? No attachments. Underbarrel. Also but you do get the scored one here for the scope, but also not really too special, just a different looking weapon. I'll definitely take it, but a little bit disappointing. I'm gonna head a little bit deeper into the base here to see what else we can find. You do get these NPCs that have pretty decent helmets, but I believe they're light. For example, you get these helmets. Not too crazy though, but I'll definitely take one just so that we can take a look at it. They're also yellow, but in most cases it's not heavy, so it's kind of useless. We did find another crate here. See a bunch of weapons, but also not the craziest loot. Nice little dark arc light pistol though, which is one of my favorite pistols, so I'll definitely loot it. Let me see what else I can find. Another gun crate, some unique skinned weapons, but other than that, also not the best. There is a white box. Usually these are food, but in regular bunkers, they are very good. Some scopes and a little bit of junk. More loot behind lasers here. Here we have a pretty decent little knife. Unique looking prison shiv. So if you want a prison shiv, then definitely might be able to find it here. Only a couple more loot boxes to loot. So I'm gonna see what we can find in the rest of this little area. Now that I looted this whole place, let me go back to my ship and see what we found so far. So for loot, we didn't find crazy amount of things. I think the best thing here is probably the Lumen 3X here. Very nice. I'll equip it to my gun quickly so that you can see. I'll show you in a minute. But the rest here, unique NPC armor. You can also get the scored set here, Inquisitor scored set, but it's medium except the helmet. Other than that, maybe you can find some decent prism weapons, the new laser weapons, and some scored weapons. A couple of scopes, some unique looking NPC armor, but overall, not the craziest loot. Here is the holographic that we found. So this one is a 3x zoom in. You can't buy this usually. So probably the best thing that you can get here for now. I haven't seen any railguns, but they can probably spawn in one of those weapon crates. Our sample size wasn't too big, only 2 mining bases in Pyro. Let me know in the comment section if you managed to find something special in these bases. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Beam Eye Tracker. They still have a sale on if you want to turn your webcam into a head and eye tracker. Thank you for watching.